I'm Dan O'Day. A radio programmer asks me, what do you think of pre-testing radio commercials to see if they really work before launching the campaign, which long has been standard for national television ads? Well, I'm all for it, depending upon the test design. It's true that testing is very common for big budget TV campaigns. It's also true that many pre-tested TV ads don't work either, but that's due to poor testing that allowed bad ads to get through. If radio commercial pre-testing is designed by academics who know nothing about advertising or by advertising professionals who know nothing about testing, they'll probably do something silly like test for recall or likability. Testing for likability is very popular among people who like to write about advertising but can't create it themselves. Who cares whether people say they like a commercial or not? There are plenty of successful commercials consumers say they dislike. I'm sure you can think of at least one campaign that you dislike, but which you know worked. And there are plenty of campaigns that consumers loved, but which lost money for the advertisers. Did you like it is a foolish question. Ultimately, the only question worth asking is, did it motivate you to act on the sales message, to make the purchase, to go to the website and take the specific action, to pick up the phone and request the free information? Oh, but Dan, what about recall? Recalling a commercial that doesn't motivate you to buy doesn't put a penny in the pocket of the advertiser. One of radio's great strengths is frequency. Even a weak message can score well in recall with a heavy advertising schedule. But the typical test design has a number of people listen to one or more radio commercials just once per commercial, and then later tests for recall. In no way does that mirror the real world of radio listening. If I wanted to score well in such a test, I definitely would load up the spot with outrageous humor, shocking language, and/or a wacky character. That's the kind of commercial that scores well in a single exposure test for recall. But that's not the real world. If I were asked to help design a standardized radio commercial pre-test, here's the single most important element it would test for. What is the one message above any and all others that you get from that commercial? In other words, I would test for the efficacy of what I call the core message, the one thing you want the targeted consumer to hear, to understand, and to remember. Sure, there are other things that I also would test for, but core message is the biggie. I'm Dan O'Day.
DanO'Day.com. Digital alignment parts. Synchronize.